Hello and welcome back. Some technical difficulties. There's something good with technology to be able to do this online and everything, but sometimes there are some technical difficulties. Page 31, activity 5. It says work in small groups, but we're not going to be able to do this because we are already a small group and I'm on video and you're watching, so it will be a little different. Activity 5 on page 31. Activity 5. Look at all the words that are written there. Do you think the Bonrits eat and drink the things in the box? So here, do you think they eat cereal? So down here, cereal has a green check on it. They do eat cereal. Or at least we believe that they do, right? And then bread. There is a red mark next to bread because we don't believe that they eat bread. So now you're going to listen to the rest of the conversation, questions about the diet, and then you're going to fill the two boxes. One box where it says cereal with the things that you believe that they do eat, and the box where there is bread, things that you believe that they don't eat. So let's listen and check. If you want the tape scripts, they are at the very end of this book. A whole section where it says tape scripts. But try to just listen and understand.
Tape script 4.2. Following the diet.
Tell us some more about the diet. Well, I think we have a good diet. We enjoy the food we do eat. For breakfast, we have cereal, homemade cereal. We make it ourselves. We have it with fruit. We eat all fruit.
But we don't eat any dairy products. No milk, no cheese, and we don't eat bread, so we don't need butter.
We use olive oil instead. We often have it on salad for lunch, with tomatoes and lots of nuts, and sometimes green peppers stuffed with rice.
So you eat rice. What about pasta and potatoes?
Oh, no, not at all. We don't eat anything made from potatoes.
No crisps or chips then. And I'm guessing you eat nothing made with sugar.
You're right. We make fresh juice to drink, but with no sugar.
And nothing alcoholic, of course. What about water?
Well, we don't drink any tap water.
Really? Why not?
It's not good for you. We drink a little mineral water sometimes.
You're amazing. Well, I hope you live to be 120, but I'm sure I won't be around to see it.
So let's talk about the things that they do eat and don't eat. First of all, they think they have a good diet. They enjoy the food that they eat. So cereal is already checked. They do eat cereal. What kind of cereal do they eat? Do they buy it from the store? If you said no, you're right. They don't buy the cereal. They make the cereal themselves. And they also eat fruit. So they eat cereal, fruit. How about milk, cheese, bread? Do they eat that? They don't eat that. So you can put it on the other box with everything they don't eat. They don't eat dairy products. A dairy product is something that contains milk. Let me write this down. A dairy product It's something that contains milk or comes from milk. So they don't eat dairy products. No dairy products for them. So that means no milk, no cheese, no butter. And they talked about something they use as a substitute for butter. They don't eat butter. What do they eat instead? And the answer is olive oil. Olive oil. They prefer olive oil. They don't like butter. They don't consume anything that comes from milk, so butter is a big no-no for them, so they use olive oil instead. What else do they eat and not eat? They eat tomatoes, nuts. They also eat green peppers, and they eat rice. They don't eat pasta, and they don't eat potatoes. Nothing made from potatoes either. So that's probably a surprise, right? That they don't eat potatoes, but they don't. They don't eat potatoes. So they don't eat crisps or chips. Crisps is the British word for chips, which is the American word. And chips is the British word for French fries. They don't eat anything made out of potatoes, so they don't eat those. And they don't eat anything with sugar, so they don't eat sugar. But they drink fresh juice. They don't add sugar, but they do drink juice. They don't drink any alcohol. And about water, that was an interesting thing. They don't drink water from the tap. Water from the tap. You go into your kitchen right now, you open the faucet, you open the tap, and you can put some water and you can drink it from the tap. The tap, like this. Tap water. They don't drink tap water. That's a big no-no for them because they don't think it's good for you. So what kind of water do they drink? They drink mineral water. Mineral water. And that's interesting that they have this very restrictive diet and they're very happy with it and they hope to live to be 120. And the man who is interviewing them says, well, I hope you do live to be 120, but I'm not going to be around to see it. He doesn't believe he's going to be around to see it because he's not going to live to be 120, but they will. So he's not going to be around to see it. The next page, page 32, it's an exercise will be the last exercise that we do today, and then we're going to move on to the video conference. Everyone is going to be invited to it. I'm going to drop a link into the chat box, and you will come to the video conference. Let me just put the picture of the exercise for you. So that I can put it as my backdrop and you can see it and you can follow it. Because not everyone has the book. So today I'm being a little bit more careful with having the book available for you to see. So this entire evening we've been talking about this extraordinary ambition that these people have. It is an ambitious project. It is not something ordinary. It's something extraordinary to live to be 120. To be 100 is already extraordinary. Imagine living to be 120, like they're hoping to be. Okay, so here it is, discussing grammar. So we have talked about how much, how many, some, any. So now let's put all this stuff in order. Here we have some and any. So the rule is some affirmative statements, any negative sentences or questions. Having that in mind, let's complete these sentences. Number 1, have they got any children? And here we use any because it's a question. Have they got any children? Number 2, we don't need any olive oil. And here we use any because it's a negative sentence. Number 3, can you lend me any money or some money? Both of them would be correct here. And this is because it's the specific topic of money. Any money, some money. Is there any petrol in the car? Question. So any petrol. Can I have some cake or any cake? Both of them would be correct. And here, when you say, can I have some cake? You probably see that there is a lot and you want some. But when you say, can I have any cake? It's a very subtle difference. When you say, can I have some cake, please? You see that there is a lot and you want some. Can I have any cake? It's more like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be having any. I'm debating with myself, but you're both acceptable. Number 2, have you got any homework? Question, any homework. We don't need any eggs because it's a negative sentence. Is there any traffic in your town? It's a question. Is there any traffic in your town? Number 4, I don't know any students in this class. Now here, when it comes to time, some people may debate and say, hey, we can count time. We can count hours. We can count, yes, you can count hours and you can count minutes, but time itself you cannot count. In English, that's the rule, the grammar rule. How much time have you got? Now we have these 3 very often used expressions. A little, a few, a lot of. A little, non-count. Would you like a lot of coffee? Would you like to drink a lot of coffee right now? No, I just want a little coffee. Would you like a lot of sugar? No, I would just want a little, just a little. So you can count and you can use a lot of for things that you can count, and you can use a lot of for things that you cannot count. A lot of time, a lot of milk, a lot of vegetables, a lot of carrots, a lot of chairs, a lot of time. So all of it is a possibility there. So here, a few, 1, 2, 3, 4, a few friends, a few minutes when you can count. I have a few very close friends. I have a few very close friends, 2 or 3. He has a lot of money. He's a millionaire. The next one. Do you take sugar in your coffee? Just a little, half a spoonful. Do you take sugar in coffee in general? Sorry. Do you take sugar in coffee? Just a little, half a spoonful. Because coffee is a liquid And coffee is a non-count noun, so we use a little. Next one, I'll be ready in a few minutes. You can count the minutes. A few minutes. So this is the last of the exercises we'll be doing in this live video class, but now everybody is invited to follow the link that's in the chat box right now. That link is a link that will lead you to the video conference. In this video conference, you can be on video if you want, but you can also, if you choose to just be in audio, or if you choose to just listen like you're doing now, that's also okay. But I would like to have this opportunity to have this video conference with this group, because some of you may continue, and if you do, then our classes will be half a video class with me teaching the subject and giving you content, and the other half will be in a video conference. The links will be private. Only the people who are registered in the courses will be allowed to be given these links, and the video conferences will be only for people registered to the courses. So please follow the link. I'm just waiting a few moments so that everybody can follow. The link is in the chat box. I will also post a link on the Facebook, my educator page. I'll also post a link on there so that everybody has access to it. So make sure that you let Gisela know if you are interested in continuing on, what you want to do, because we need between 4 and 6 people to have a course like this. We can't have too many people. It has to be a small group, which works in your advantage, because with smaller groups, then you can participate more. You're able to have more time to talk. And you will have a lot of that when the course starts. This was an emergency. We had to come up with something because we're not able to have classes, physical classes anymore. So we were forced to do it like this. So this was just what we could come up with. But from now on, the online courses will include a portion of a conference where everybody will be able to speak and have speaking practice as well, because it's really important. Reading, writing, speaking, and listening, the 4 abilities of the language, are very important, and we'll work with all of them. So please follow the link, and I will be in the video conference waiting for you. I'm probably already there with some of you. If you choose not to follow the link, it is up to you. But then you get the last few minutes of the class will be in the video conference. So stay in touch so that we know when we'll be able to start the next course. It will be a shorter course. A shorter course, perhaps 5 to 6 evenings, no longer a long course for 12 weeks, but a shorter course before the summer.